From the moment Judge Marcus Hale took the bench, many believed he was a beacon of fairness, a man who would deliver justice without fear or favor. But beneath the polished courtroom and the stern gavel strikes, a darker truth was brewing. Marcus Hale wasn't just any judge. He was a rising star in the judicial system, respected by peers, praised in the media, and trusted by the community. His decisions shaped lives, set legal precedents, and seemed untouchable. But then, whispers started. Quiet murmurs among court staff. Confidential emails leaked. Unexplained favors. And suddenly, the image began to crack. Our story starts when Detective Lena Brooks receives an anonymous tip. Judge Hale may be involved in a secret scheme, taking bribes to sway verdicts and protect criminals. At first, Lena is skeptical. How could a judge sworn to uphold the law fall into corruption? But the evidence begins piling up fast. Files disappearing from court records, phone calls at odd hours, suspicious meetings in private rooms. Lena knows this case will shake the foundations of the justice system, but as she digs deeper, the risks grow. She's warned by colleagues to back off. Text messages threaten her family. Even her own captain urges caution. But Lena's commitment to truth pushes her forward. One night, she meets with a whistleblower, a former court clerk who's seen the inside deals and cover-ups firsthand. They hand over documents that reveal secret payments, offshore accounts, and even links to organized crime. Suddenly, this isn't just about one judge. It's a network of corruption threatening justice for thousands. But exposing it won't be easy. Lena and her team face intense pressure from political figures, powerful lawyers, and even threats to their safety. Yet the more they reveal, the more public outrage grows. In this video, we will walk you through every twist, every shocking revelation, and the battle that changed the city forever. Before we dive in, if you want to stand with us in exposing corruption and fighting for real justice, hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a story. Also, check out our Black Unbroken merch in the description below. Every purchase supports more stories like this and helps keep this channel running. Now, let's get into the heart of the story. After the storm of revelations hit the headlines, Marcus couldn't believe the whirlwind his life had become. What started as a quiet act of conscience had exploded into a national debate. Yet, behind the camera flashes and public praise, the shadows were closing in fast. His phone rang at odd hours, unfamiliar numbers, silence on the other end. Then came the warnings, anonymous texts, back off. This isn't your fight. But Marcus wasn't alone. Support poured in from strangers, activists, and everyday people who saw him as a beacon of courage. Still, the threats were real. One night, someone slashed his tires outside his apartment. The police investigation? Cold. Many officers seemed eager to move on, while others warned Marcus quietly to be careful. His lawyer advised him to consider protection, but Marcus refused to be intimidated. If I back down now, everything they had stays hidden, he said. Meanwhile, inside City General Hospital, tensions soared. Staff were divided. Some sympathized with Marcus, others feared retaliation. The administration launched a PR campaign to discredit the whistleblower, calling his claims unsubstantiated. Yet, thanks to a brave group of nurses and junior doctors, more voices started to surface. They shared stories of altered patient records, silenced complaints, and unethical collusion with law enforcement. Marcus helped organize these witnesses, turning individual fear into collective strength. Together, they compiled a dossier of evidence, each page heavier than the last. But the fight was just beginning. The hospital's legal team unleashed a barrage of subpoenas, trying to intimidate whistleblowers into silence. Marcus faced his own personal battles, lost contracts, social media harassment, and even betrayal from unexpected allies. Despite the pressure, Marcus knew one thing: truth was on his side. He reminded himself daily, justice might be slow, but it's unstoppable. And while the court hearings dragged on, The public kept watching, hungry for change. If you want to support stories like Marcus's, check out the Black Unbroken merch store, linked in the description. Every purchase helps us bring more real stories to light and fight injustice together. Don't forget to hit subscribe and like this video to join our community and stay updated on powerful stories that matter. Because standing silent is no longer an option. The courtroom was packed. Reporters, activists, and families of patients filled every seat. Marcus stood before the judge, calm but determined. This was more than a legal battle, it was a fight for dignity, accountability, and change. As evidence was laid bare, the scale of corruption became undeniable. Internal emails revealed deliberate cover-ups. Hospital executives discussed damage control instead of patient care. The police department scrambled to distance themselves, but the truth was clear. Marcus's testimony was powerful. He spoke, not just for himself, but for every silenced voice that had suffered behind closed doors. Outside the courtroom, supporters chanted, holding signs, "Justice for the voiceless, protect whistleblowers, and end corruption now." Months passed. The jury deliberated, knowing their verdict would echo beyond the courtroom walls. When the verdict finally came, it was a watershed moment. Guilty on multiple counts, with sweeping reforms ordered for the hospital and police oversight. High-ranking officials resigned or faced prosecution, but Marcus's journey didn't end there. He became a national advocate for whistleblower protection laws, speaking at conferences, meeting with lawmakers, and inspiring others to speak out. Behind the scenes, the Black Unbroken community grew. People shared their stories, found support, and united to demand justice everywhere. And the merch, it became a symbol not just of a story told, but of a movement in motion. Shirts, hoodies, and hats worn proudly by those who believe that truth must be louder than silence. If you want to stand with Marcus and this movement, visit the Black Unbroken merch store in the description below. Your support helps us keep telling these vital stories. Make sure to subscribe and like this video. Join the fight for justice and be part of the change. Because every voice counts. The aftermath wasn't easy. Marcus woke up to the reality that winning in court was just the beginning of a longer fight. His family felt the pressure: late-night calls, hushed conversations about threats and intimidation. Friends urged him to step back, but Marcus knew silence wasn't an option anymore. Every day, new stories came in. People who'd seen or experienced the same corruption, but never dared to speak up. One night, Marcus got a call from a young woman named Jasmine, a former nurse who had witnessed similar abuses but lost her job after reporting them. Her voice trembled as she shared her story: the retaliation, the fear, the isolation. Marcus promised to help. Together, they connected with legal teams and advocacy groups, building a network of whistleblowers who supported each other through every step. Their movement grew louder, demanding not just accountability, but a cultural shift. Hospitals, police departments, and government agencies started feeling the pressure. New policies were drafted to protect whistleblowers and ensure transparency. But change was met with resistance. Powerful interests pushed back, spreading misinformation, attacking reputations. Through it all, Marcus and his allies stood firm. They organized rallies, gave interviews, and created powerful campaigns, all while the Black Unbroken merch became a symbol of resilience and hope. Every purchase helped fund legal battles, support victims, and amplify unheard voices. If you believe in justice and the power of truth, join us. Hit subscribe, like this video, and check out the merch store below to show your support. Together, we are unstoppable, because the fight for justice never ends. Imani's fight had changed lives forever, but the journey wasn't over. The system had pushed back hard, but so had the community. In every city, hospital, and clinic, whispers were turning into voices: loud, unignorable, demanding change. Her coalition, the Quiet No More initiative, was growing stronger. Nurses and medical staff weren't just witnesses anymore, they were warriors. They used their stories to expose corruption, malpractice, and cover-ups. Every new story fueled the movement, and every voice brought more power. Meanwhile, Imani found herself traveling more than ever, speaking at universities, town halls, and even Congress. She wasn't just a nurse anymore. She was a symbol of hope and courage for thousands. Her message was simple but profound. Justice begins when we refuse to be silent. But this wasn't just Imani's story. It was the story of every whistleblower who had faced fear, isolation, or retaliation, yet chose to stand tall anyway. And you? Yes, you watching right now. You're part of this story too. By listening, by sharing, by believing in justice, you help us fight back. If you want to support real change, check out the link to our Black Unbroken merch store in the description. Every purchase helps fund legal battles, support whistleblowers, and bring more stories to light. Wear the message. Stand with us. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a story that matters. Your voice is powerful. Your support makes a difference. Because silence no longer protects the guilty, it empowers the brave. Thank you for being part of Black Unbroken. Together, we're unstoppable.